Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Hypovolemia with Arturio and Emerys. Okay, so here we are, back in the base. And I've done quite a bit of cosmetic work again, just trying to make it look better. I've also done quite a bit of work to the altar. I've done some testing and swapped runes in and out and, kind of tried to figure out what the best configuration is. And I did find out that the speed runes and the rune of acceleration, while you do make the rune of acceleration from the speed runes, it's not an upgrade. They do two different things. So what the speed runes do is anytime that you're engaged in some kind of transmutation, it causes it to go faster. And the rune of acceleration, let's see what the book says again. I got a little confused. Rune of acceleration. Okay. So basically the rune of acceleration increases how quickly you can move blood in and out of the blood altar. So I think it's really kind of more of an upgrade to the rune of dislocation than it is to the speed runes. But what I found when I upgraded all of my speed runes to runes of acceleration, then my alchemic chemistry set came almost to a stop. So, and I'm almost out of Imperio Essence. So what I've been doing is, let's just take all of that out of there, is I've been trying to make essence. And so the way I do it is I just take a stack of, like in this particular instance, I've got Crucio essence, and I have a lesser I've got a Master's Blood Orb in there now, which is not the highest one I can make. And then in this one, I have the Archmage's Blood Orb, which is the best I can have right now. So let's see, there shouldn't be, there's pretty much nothing in the life network. So you can see it kind of goes up a little bit and then it drops back down, and it goes up and it drops back down. So it's basically, what's happening is the Master's Blood Orb is putting life essence in the network from the altar, and the alchemic chemistry set is basically kind of drawing it out. So as fast as it's filling, it's kind of getting drained. Some other things I did was I saved up some iron and put it under here and made these beacons active. Just kind of dressed everything to make it a little bit nicer. And I did finally get at least a couple of harvesters set up. And so those harvesters are feeding into this drawer controller here, and that's parsing everything out into these chests here. And this has probably been running, I think I finished it last night. So it's been running for quite a while. I've been using a lot of iron because making these runes, it takes a ridiculous amount of iron. It's just crazy. So like the rune of sacrifice, that's not too terribly difficult. It takes a little gold, a couple of reinforced slates. That's not too bad. But to then make like a rune of augmented capacity, you need 3 buckets. That's 6 pieces of iron for every one of these. And then if you upgrade these to the rune of superior capacity, it takes 2 more buckets, which is 4 more, so it's 10 iron for every one of these. And I haven't even counted them, but there's probably quite a few of them. Like there's 8 up here, and then there's 9 on each side. 9 times 4 is 36, and 8 is 44. So that's 440 pieces of iron, 440 ingots of iron to make all of these. And that's not even counting what it takes to make the runes of acceleration. Those take 4 buckets a piece, which is 12. And then I don't think the speed runes take any. Yeah, the speed runes don't take any. So that's 12 for every one of these, and I've got 14 and 8 is 22, so that's another 220. So that's 660 iron ingots just for this tier 5, not counting all the iron blocks in here. So it's a pretty intense effort to do this. It took a very long time. And to make all of the essence, like I said, I'm basically just kind of throwing them in here at a stack at a time and just leaving them and letting them run. And I've probably made maybe a stack of this so far. And I made a set of the Zivio pickaxes. And they're pretty useful. I made a shovel, and I made an axe. And then I enchanted them. And I didn't get great ones for this one. I got efficiency and unbreaking, which you don't really need unbreaking if you turn them into Zivio, because they're naturally unbreakable. And the efficiency doesn't really help you at all. So I enchanted a book and got auto smelt on it. And I put that on here. And then the same thing for here. I enchanted books until I got silk touch. And then I put that on the shovel. And the reason I did that was I was trying to make Podzoil. So I've got a little bit of Podzoil here. I've got 2 that have come out of the sludge harvester. And I put one here in the dirt, and I was hoping it would spread, but apparently Podzoil doesn't do that. That's just a mycelium or grass thing. So so this is how I have this set up down here. Here's the sludge boiler. And so every time the harvester harvests something up from those 2 plots, like there's stuff that just got harvested there, a tiny bit of sludge comes down to the sludge harvester or the sludge boiler. And whenever it gets a full amount of sludge, it burns it and randomly produces some type of material and sends it out this pipe. And I think there's either 9 or 10 different things that it can randomly make. Most of the time you're going to get dirt or gravel or something like that. Some of the other things are relatively rare and you only get, you know, fairly infrequently. Like you get a fair amount of dirt. The clay, actually most of that clay was from me making with the essences. I just stuck it here to store it. And the netherrack, most of that came from mining in the nether. But this is where the mycelium came from. Most of the sand in here and most of the gravel that's in here have all come from this. And you also get 2 kinds of dirt. This is actually coarse dirt, and that's why they don't stack and they go to different places. You can make coarse dirt. In fact, let's just make some real quick. You want some regular dirt and you want some gravel. And let's see if this will work, because this may not work. Nope, that doesn't work. Oh well. That may be another weird little bug in the game. I don't remember which update added coarse dirt. And the advantage of coarse dirt is grass doesn't spread to it. So that if you want to make a path or something like that, you can use the coarse dirt, and it'll stay a path forever. But the Podzoil thing, the only way I'm going to be able to do it is I'm either going to have to wait until this eventually produces enough Podzoil to do that quest, and I'll show you the quest real quick. It's this one here. You have to make 10 fertile soil. 10 fertile soil, which takes a pod's oil for each one, milk, which is not a problem because I can get it from my cow seeds, and this industrial fertilizer, which this is the only way to make it. And that's not bad. I mean, you only need a little bit of it to make a lot of the industrial fertilizer. But pod's oil, you have to have 10 of them, and there are only a couple ways to make this. I suppose I could do that. I hadn't considered that. I had just looked at the spruce leaves. I don't have spruce saplings. You need Botania to make spruce saplings. I had not considered this route, so maybe I'll do that. Those are the only two ways to get pod's oil, other than the sludge boiler, which is just a really, really slow method. It'll eventually make enough, but you know, it may take days. There, I'll just sleep through the night here real quick. I did, you know, I have been upgrading these furnaces as I have enough material to do it. And they, every time you upgrade them, they get a little bit better. And I do have, I suppose I could upgrade the rest of them. I think I've got enough to do it. But then I'd kind of have to, what the heck. Let's do it. I'll just show you how. Okay, so you take your furnaces and you surround them with the particular essence. And each time you add, you surround them by essence, they get a little better. And then let me put this coal back in here. There we go. I pretty much, I had emerald seeds at one point, but I think I accidentally threw them in lava, so I have to redo those. But everything else I have, yeah, put the Zivio. I think I've got everything that I have to make made, and most of it's been improved. I do have diamond seeds, and I've got a plot of land over here with the diamond on it. And the emeralds are basically going to go here. And then that leaves me one plot for something else. I don't really know what else to put there. And then over here, I've got a couple of empty plots too. I've got, yeah, it looks like another 3 over here. And then there's an empty plot there. I haven't made cactus yet. I don't know that I need cactus. If I ever get into witchery, I may need to do some of the witchery seeds, but I don't know. We'll see. For the most part, I think I have most of the seeds done. Let's grab some of this. And I'm slowly expanding the platforms here so that there's, I'll have room to put the harvesters in. I already did downstairs. And it's a slow process, and you kind of just go like this. You know, you sneak so that you don't fall off, and then just a little bit at a time, you just do this. You make sure F7 is turned on. And because I have auto smelt on my pick, when I do break them, they stay smelted. They don't turn into cobblestone, which is nice. So it's kind of slow, it's kind of tedious, but you know, this is how I've been doing this. You can see that the area that's getting drawn by the pump keeps getting bigger and bigger. It's ridiculous how much blood this thing uses. But fortunately, that's the advantage of having a blood ocean. All right. Now, unfortunately, this may have been a bad idea because 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. I'm trying not to create spawnable spots here. And what time is it? It's high noon, so I should be able to do this without causing problems. So it doesn't take a tremendous amount of time to do this, but it is a certain amount of effort. And I will need this space eventually. Botania takes a certain amount of space, you know, and like I said, I need room for the harvesters and the auto sorting stuff and the drawers to sort everything into. So it's always good to, you know, I always like to have a little bit of room rather than getting so crowded that, you know, everything feels a little claustrophobic. So I try and make sure that I have a lot of room for whatever it is I'm building. Okay. And there may be a fast, yeah, no, this is really kind of the best way to do it. Kind of do it by eye. There we go. So now I won't spawn monsters there. Because nothing is worse than going to all this trouble of building something than having a creeper blow it up. And just fill these in real quick. What else have I been doing? I'll fill the rest of that in later. So this is where all of that red rock has been coming from. I've slowly been carving all of this away a little bit at a time. It's kind of a slow process, but now that I've got this pick, it's actually better because I don't have to run everything through the furnaces anymore. So just kind of like this. This is how I've been gathering stuff, gathering materials. Oh, that's interesting. I hadn't noticed that before. Because this has auto smelt on it, I get experience as I'm mining this stuff up. That's cool. That is awesome. Okay. So that just kind of gives you an idea of how I've been doing that. You just put some torches back down and say, I don't want to turn this into spawn central. So the next thing that I need to work on is I need to mimic this. The harvesters, these need to go over here. Each one of these crop areas needs to have harvesters to harvest this stuff. So that means I need to finish the platform to have room to put them in. And this is where all my wood's coming from, is from this massive, massive, massive plot of land here. I suppose I could have had just a tree farm, but I like this better. And once I get a harvester hooked up to this, it's actually pretty easy. Just gather this all up. And if I got it all, it should be 5 stacks of nature essence altogether. Yep, there we go. Now I should already have water essence over here, so I don't need to, well, I can't harvest it anymore. It's harvesting itself. There, we'll grab that. And if you do it that way, you get oak. If you do it that way, you get spruce. That gives you jungle. And that gives you birch. Other things you can do with nature essence. You can make mossy cobblestone, mossy stone bricks. You can make vines. You can make lily pads. You can make mycelium, cactus. I don't know what these are for, these infusion stones. They were used in regrowth, and I don't remember what they were used for, but I don't think they're used in hypovolemia. Okay, now all of that wood, let me put the nature essence back, put the water essence back, and then the wood, turn it all into splinters. Now this won't go anywhere because the altar is currently occupied. Oop. So if you look in there, I've got a couple of stacks of wood in there. And then once I take this out of the blood altar, there we go. So it'll slowly go through here and it'll turn all of these splinters into, I'll take this out of there, so what little, there we go. And it goes pretty quickly. Very sweet. But I need a lot of wood to make all of the drawers to start storing stuff when I start making those harvesters. So there were, I don't know, 14 or 15 stacks of splinters in there, and now it's down to 3 1/4. So just to give you an idea of how quickly that works. And it should be almost done now, just a little bit more. Oop. Okay, so I think that'll do it for now. I think that's everything I wanted to talk about. I don't want to go too far without recording something because, you know, the progress after I play for a couple of days, you know, a lot of things happen, a lot of things change, and, you know, you can kind of get lost showing up, seeing one video, and then everything looks so completely different the next video. So, anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the episode. If you did, please leave a like on it. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. And if you have any questions or comments, leave them on YouTube. And I'll get around to answering them. Thank you for watching. This is Arturio Emerys signing out.